I'm here today with Juan Roberto Castro, who is the head of Neurons Inc. in Latin America. And one of the expertises that Juan has is neuroarchitecture. So the first question we have is, of course, what is neuroarchitecture?
Hi, Thomas. Thank you for having me. Actually, neuroarchitecture is the use or combination of applying neuroscience into business, but real estate business. And especially we focus ourselves in understanding the language that a specific market segment can have to find more appealing a concept of a project, texture, spaces, lighting, and by finding more appealing those architecture languages, they will be more motivated to purchase.
And part of your background is in architecture, but also in psychology and neuroscience as well, correct?
Yeah, actually, I'm an architect, but I study marketing, neuroeconomics, and neuromarketing. I've been working in project conceptualizations for almost 20 years. And basically, my work was to understand how a concept can be sold for a specific market segment and to put down the risk of investment for developers.
Mm-hmm. So one thing is that neuroarchitecture and architecture, there's the outside and there's the inside, correct? So is there a difference, or is this something you can apply both to the outside, the design of the buildings, but can you also use it for the inside of buildings?
Definitely. I mean, at the end, a building is a big package, expensive, but at the end, it's a big package. But also, interior design is very important, especially because cognitive love and motivation are very affected by interior design. Lighting, for example, the texture that can be in furniture, you provoke that the concept of a project can change from one type to another one. And that type of information is very important to provoke the attention of people in something specific that you want. For example, retail, which is very important because most of retail spaces don't really think about how architecture can influence purchase. And it really affects a lot, especially if you change just the color or texture of floor or color and texture of ceiling, and you change the type of lighting or lumens that you're using for lighting, can actually provoke that a product can look more appealing or less appealing for customers.
Mm-hmm. Great. Can you have? I'm sure you have tons of some examples for this, but do you have any particular example you can share with us from this work?
Yeah, in my mind can come a couple of projects that we've been very succeed, but especially one that was about a project building, an apartment building with 300 units to be sold, and the challenge was that in the area where they wanted to develop this project. There were already some other projects before already selling. So the client actually wanted to sell at the same rhythm or even better. So what we decide is to understand the market segment and define a specific type of market segment that will have a specific need. And after that, we using applying neuroscience, we understood perception associations of color spaces that they used to have when they were kids, for example, and that brings to them positive memories that can be appealing in a product or a concept that they can see. So then after finding a lot of information, we get in touch with this architecture firm that helped us to design a concept that was very appealing for Generation X market, with definitely were missing a part of their lives or of their childhood life, and that they really wanted to give to their kids the same type of life that they had when they were young. So the concept of the project had everything to do with the experience of what you used to do with your mom and dad when you were a kid, and what type of spaces, family games, experiences had the highest attention, motivation, and cognitive load to feel more appeal to them. And at the end, this is the type of product we design. We managed to sell around almost 300 units in less than 10 months. And since then, work has been pretty much interest because companies that were a little bit skeptic about getting out from traditional methods are starting to understand that when you go directly to the source of information, which is your brain, it's more easy to get more quality data, more exact data, but especially data that you can use to design specific things.
Okay. So that means that there's a growing interest, so to speak, for this in Latin America, but also other places. I think one thing kind of to round it off would also be the future of this. So right now it's probably more than sophisticated enough just to start neuroscience, psychology, design, and architecture. But we see new technology coming in, like virtual reality, augmented reality. Is this something you see that, with the combination of neuroscience could be adding something extra?
Definitely, Thomas. VR is coming. It's right in front of us. We're pushing to use it already because it's very interesting when you are able to design something and test it before even putting 1 cent. And the idea of this is VR gives you so many possibilities of designing things, different things in the same way, just by changing little things like lighting, colors, textures. You can provoke something different in a market segment. So at the end, you can actually define what type of product, concept, location will be more appealing to pay the highest price for a product.
Wonderful. Great.